Welcome back. We have another movie, Die My Love, directed by Lynn Ramsey, starring Jennifer Lawrence, Robert Pattinson, and LaKieth Stanfield. I'm gonna read the log line. Grace, a writer and young mother, is slowly slipping into madness. Locked away in an old house in Montana, her increasingly agitated and erratic behavior leaves her companion, Jackson, worried and helpless. So straight off the bat, we learn this couple moved from New York to Montana, the hometown of our husband, Robert Pattinson's character. Die My Love is truly a tough watch because you're watching a mom, a young mother at that. Um, she has no support, and you can be like, oh, she was being increasingly insane, but also she just had no one the whole time. I was shocked how alone she was, and how that depression and how that craziness goes to her. I kind of understand it. I really do understand because they established immediately, like Robert Pattinson's character, even in that log line, I kind of didn't like that because they're like, oh, he's just helpless and worried, but he's also a terrible husband and partner to Jennifer Lawrence. Like she's obviously fully, hands full with the child, and Robert Pattinson's bright idea is, oh, let's get a dog. And she's just like, why would you get a dog? We need a cat, like we have mice. And he's just like, well, it's a cute dog. And I commend Robert Pattinson for acting like you're a typical American. You're just drinking beers, watching college football, and avoidant, also extremely avoidant, because we see his father who's going through some sort of, it looks like dementia or Alzheimer's. And he's not even really there for his father. Like, she's the one, we see her sit down with him like, hey, you need help with your shoes. She is a caring person. She is a nurturing person. But you're in an environment where you're only one who has that responsibility, and it's kind of thrown on women. Also, the mom kind of gets her. The mom is like, hey, I know it's kind of hard. That first year, you don't know who you are. That first year, you're just kind of going through the motions. But she's not even there for her either. That's why from the off the bat, I was just like, there's no way this ends happy or good, because you move to Montana away from New York. We never meet Jennifer Lawrence's family, like, ever. And she's isolated. And I think, wait, did she say her parents were dead? I'm pretty sure. So no support, no friendships. And it just continues this really hard watch of, hey, she's not getting any help, and there's no one there to help her. Now, my thing that's the biggest question mark for this movie was, what was the point of LaKieth Stanfield? We get to see he, has a daughter with special needs, and him and his wife are trying to take care of her. But he's also lurking around Jennifer Lawrence's place. At one point, she has a knife, and she like orders him, like, cut your lip, and he does it. Like, I the whole time I was just like, I don't get the LaKieth part. I don't understand his character, what's going on there. And she does encounter the wife, the daughter, and LaKieth all out in public. And she's like, hey, we have a flat tire, I need help. And the wife's like, hey, we ain't got time for this. Like, leave us alone. And LaKieth's making that face that's like, hey, like, get out of here. My wife can't know that me and you have a relationship. Because at first it is ambiguous. We do see them kiss. He has a motorcycle with the helmet, really ambiguous. And you're like, I don't know what's going on with LaKieth and her. And I couldn't even say LaKieth is the one supporting her, because all their relationship is just, she tells him cut his lip. There's one point when she's on the field, they kiss. And then there's the point where they have sex with each other. But I'm still like, nothing. I don't know what was going on with that. I think that was my biggest question going into coming out of the movie. Just what was LaKieth's point? And like I said, Robert Pattinson, like he's a habitual cheater. Every time she opens that glove compartment, we see condoms. Even see he's with the waitress, who's like, "How you doing, sweetie?" Like being really nice to him. I think he's a truck driver or something. But yeah, it was hard. It was a hard watch. Because Jennifer Lawrence is just, like when if I had legs like Kid, she's like mom's like putty. It's just being stretched out to the point of nothingness, and that can make you go insane. And another thing about the movie, when they finally are like, we're gonna put you in a mental, so you need help, you just need a break. She comes back, the house is clean now, because when she was taking in the child, she couldn't clean the house, do all, and it was just like, hey, you're throwing everything on me, you're never home, and you threw it on me. But once Jennifer Lawrence goes into a mental facility, then we see Robert Pattinson like totally fixes up the house, where his uncle, the joke, I don't know if it's a joke or he really did shoot himself in the ass to commit suicide, but he cleans the house, and it looks like beautiful, the all-American house. But Jennifer Lawrence, like, she writes on the king like, mommy's back, and it's just like she knows she's just gonna go back to being the full-time mom while he's a part-time husband, a part-time father, a part-time person in the home, because he's not there mentally, spiritually, anything. Any Lee, he ain't there. I just thought that was pretty interesting. But then I really like this scene where like she starts to break, like in her mind you can tell she's just like, I don't want this. And the mother's like, hey, cheers to that, like agreeing with her. And then when she runs off, because she runs off multiple times in the film, when she runs off, she says to I think his name is Jackson, she says to Robert Pattinson, like, leave her, like let her be, like let her go, because it is like, this is not a good situation. She's not supported, she's not cared for in any way. So when she walks away, it is like, let her walk away. And I think the mom even understood where Jennifer Lawrence's mental state was. But of course he follows. He's always following after her and like getting frustrated. And it's just like, you can do all that frustration stuff, but you aren't of any help ever. So that's why I'm like, the mother was right. Mother had the right instinct to just like let her go. And then when they finally meet up with each other, Jennifer Lawrence, puts her hand on his face and says, enough. It is like, enough. Like, this situation is so bad. It is just, yeah. What a wild movie. Die, My Love. I'm doing something new. I know you can barely see the projector, but I'm trying something new. I'm going to play like the trailer in the background while I talk about the movie. I'll probably only do this when I'm just alone by myself. This was actually my fiance's idea, and I'm like, I kind of like it, but I know the sun's out, so it's not really good lighting, but it's fine. I just want to try it out. But that was my thoughts on Die, My Love. If you checked it out, let me know what you thought. And it was a good performance by Jennifer Lawrence, but it was just a tortured character, a character that got no help at all. Yeah. But thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.